Hello and welcome back to more Vampyr. Right where we left off in what I'm assuming is in the new headquarters of the Guard of Priwen. So, this is gonna be hard. Probably. Not too hard, he's level 31. Or I could... And I don't know what I'm doing. Kill them all! Oh, I killed that guy. How'd I dodge that?
The beast must die. Stay back, beast.
Ah, damn you!
Filthy murdering bastard.
Alright, come on. I never really pair them. There we go. Stun him. Oh, I do just so little stun with this weapon though. Yes, that was very useful of you to do. What's the point in doing that? Nobody else is around to attack me. Oh, what did I get from that? Let's see. Oh. I assumed I would get something involving bottles. You know, by taking those bottles. I got lead plated and bullets from taking those bottles. Alright. Ooh, what is this? McCullum's report. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal. As painful and dreadful as it was, my God. The woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who would come to her next play. And where's my mouse? My mouse is gone. Okay. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was daughter of some Harriet Jones, who has been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her. Before returning to the theater. And now she turned into that monstrosity that the leech, known as Jonathan Reed, finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be a coincidence. I'm convinced he is deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I'm also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the Guard has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscripts the Guard still possesses to get some answers. May prove useful. In the meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring at the Pembroke Hospital.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
I would have read the rest of that, but I couldn't scroll down because Apparently, the game doesn't know what a mouse is in that instance. This door. That's what the key is to. Nobody in the immediate vicinity. Oh, a lot of crosses down here, though. Seriously, they're everywhere. This isn't a church, this is a theater.
It's locked, all right.
Back in the grave, you! I hate leeches!
Ah, damn it. Ah, get that shit off me. Don't you mustard gas me. That shit'll be illegal. Eventually. Wait, is the war over in this universe?
It's locked.
When did the war end? I forget. I think the war is over by now in 1918. In fact, I think it ended recently. Shows what I know about history. Oh, the Vampire Knight. William Marshall. Forget the legend about the man. The one most of you never heard of. You lazy bastards. Forget the empty tomb in Temple Church. Forget the death of those among us who died trying to locate him. We, the guard, excuse me, know that he is still hiding somewhere. That's the only fact we must keep in mind. Another small detail we need to keep in mind. This little fucker is clever. How many times have we thought we had cornered him, finally only find old dust and cobwebs? Marshall has been a vampire for 1,000 years. We're no match until we change our plans concerning his hunt. So here are a few questions for you, lazy bastards. I want all of them answered, before speaking of another great hunt to pin the leech down. We helped him escape his den under Temple Church. We know now for a fact that a private contractor was paid to move a large coffin from the church a few years before we investigated the tomb. What exactly did the traitors of the Brotherhood of St. Paul discussed with Marshall when they meet in 1785 in London? Report of this meeting has been burnt, but witnesses remain of a request made by Marshall to access a specific book in their library. Why does the monstrosity known as Lady Blackwood seem linked to Marshall? They exchanged letters. She went in London to meet him in 1786, according to the Brotherhood spies. She tried to discreetly buy his castle in Wales in 1793, before fleeing when spotted by our fearless mentor, Kendall Stone. See the pattern here? What happened during these few years? Why such agitation and activity? Answer these questions, my brothers, and you will find the path to our most eminent foe, William Marshall, oldest vampire of England to survive our righteous wrath. Interesting. More stuff to read. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stool finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church, and under the eye of God, They respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dosastro, the Eater of Stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me, just a name, Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such a rare ingredient is not what worries me the most. Time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistake, I am ready to... Oh, god damn it, I can't scroll down.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Alright, so it is now confirmed that garlic hurts vampires in this universe. Got it. At least I don't have to scroll down on this. Pinned note. Evidence safe. Until further notice, this safe will be used to store sensitive evidences. It must always be locked. If you need to access it, just find me on the last floor to get the key. Bloody remember to bring it back to me when you're done. Rodney.
I should find the key to that box. It's locked, all right.
Yes, I should.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
You're talking quite well for a punctured
Edgar.
lung.
What happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
I don't want to be him.
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
That might be
William
true.
Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I trust you, Edgar, but the Guard of Priwen is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession? Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
I felt like I should try and fix his lung before talking to him, but let's continue.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
There's more going on at the hospital than I realized. That's what it means. Or at least there was.
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
It's going to be hard to. What was the... Oh fuck, that's right. That area turned hostile now. The docks are hostile. Hope I can fix that.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Goddamn reckless, that's what you are. Okay, I want to let him live, but I don't want to turn him. This is a hard decision. Oh. $1,000 XP. Oh, fuck. Die. I'm not embracing him. I'm definitely not embracing him. It's between letting him die and turning him.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
God damn, that's weird.
Enough!
Too much, you might just die outright. The dying Swansea. Yeah, there goes all that XP. I'm gonna let him die, though. Couldn't.